So we will go direct from there.
I'd like to welcome Father Nick to start the
Thank you. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Πάτερ ημών, ο εν της ουρανής, αγιαστήτω το όνομά σου, ελθέτω η βασιλεία σου, γεννηθήτω το θέλημά σου, ως εν ουρανό και επί της γης. Των άρτων ημών των επιούσιων δώσιν εν σήμερα, και άφεσιν ειν τα οφειλήματα ημών, ως και οι πλησαφοί μεν σοφιλέτες ημών, και μη εισενέν εις ημάς πειρασμών, αλλά ρίσε ημάς από του πονηρού. Ότι σου εστίν η βασιλεία και η δύναμις και η δόξα του Πατρός και του Υιού και του Αγίου Πνεύματος, νυν και αεί και στους αιώνας των αιώνων. Αμήν. Thank you.
Yasas Filet. Welcome, everyone. This is the first, almost the reunion of all the delegate members that came from Lowell, went to visit Kalamata's semester trip. We're only missing one person, a representative from the university. She had another engagement out of town, so she couldn't be here today from UMass Lowell. Thank you. I was going to introduce all the members later, but thank you, DJ from UMass, for being here. Before we start, I just want to acknowledge the elected officials who are here, former Mayor Bill Samaras, and help me if I miss anybody. This is more informal. We have school committee member Susie Chun, unlike the new state representative Rodney Elliott, former mayor as well, who's here, who am I missing? For the people, State Senator, State Senator Ed Kennedy. I'm looking for what is not in the close immediate to me yet. So I'm working myself from outward inward. So State Senator Ed Kennedy and former Bill Samaras. We have Judy Hogan from Middlesex Community College. We have El Presidente, Mr. President from Middlesex Community College. We have Sarah Kuhn from Lloyd Trahan's office. And of course, it's our honor to welcome the Consul General from Greece in Boston to us here. And all of you who are here are the newly elected representative of the Vogue School, Ralph Hogan. Mr. Ralph is over there. Okay, who? The Shopa Tech representative. Who's that? Raise your hand, please. we got my friend the Colonel from WCAP. That's how it is. The Shopa Tech. So welcome everyone, and we got leaders and stakeholders, neighborhood and friends and families who are here today. So we made a great trip to Kalamata because of our sister city relationship, and the purpose of gathering here is to make a report to the public and to the elected officials what we've done and what the future holds for us. I will speak briefly for 1 minute because the relationship with Kalamata, the trip, the success would not be possible without the great work, a lot of commitment, dedication from the Hellenic American Society of New England, represented here to my right, and also representative from Middlesex Community College and representative from UMass Lowell, the state senator. All these things come together. I'm just one piece of the puzzle. When people talk about making things work, and Lowell is known for it wherever we go to any events, we talk about collaboration, we talk about partnership. Lowell is a big, small city. We achieve a lot of things, but without the individual people coming together like the sister city relationship, nothing would happen. A couple of things that stuck in my mind from Kalamata is that the mayor over there, much like myself, he's great looking. Very energetic, so he's a memorable guy. But on a serious note, we share the same goals, which is to serve the resident, to serve the community. The one thing that he really want to focus on is to support local businesses, to promote organic food, support the local farmers, bring the food from the farm straight to the table. And he did that by promoting an open market. Twice a week, he would have the local farmers come sell at a very, very low fee. Other farmers from around the city can participate, but they would have to pay a higher fee, of course. And that's just because, there's a lot of cost into running any type of event. So it's a great way. And just walking in is our former state senator, Mr. Steve Pagitakis, and of course, the city manager as well. Come join us. So the purpose and the goal of Sister City is not only to exchange in terms of education, culture, and commerce, but also to learn from one another. What I learned from Kalamata is going to be vital to Lowell, and what the Kalamata delegation learned from Lowell is going to be vital to Kalamata as well. That's why this exchange of ideas, this visitation, are very, very important. And this is the meeting that we have stakeholders at a table, and that's going to make things happen. We talk about student exchange. I'm going to leave that to the appropriate representative to talk about it, as well as exchange of cultures, as well as exchange of business. So I'm very, very fortunate to have the team with me, the delegation with me, that not only going to connect a great past, a great history that the Greek American have contributed to the city of Lowell, but the present, we're going to make the future to bring back our great history, to make sure that we have a future in terms of having continuing culture, tradition of exchanging culture, education, and business. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the next person, a friend of mine, Mr. Bill Kafkas, president of the Hellenic American Society of New England. Bill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For all these people that they were in Greece, I'm surprised they speak to me after the trip, because we were going to sleep very late at night due to many events, and we had to wake up early in the morning to go to other events. So I made them a promise. If you are not in the bus at 8 o'clock, we're leaving. You can stay here if you don't mind, but we're leaving. We're not waiting. So I'd like to thank a lot of people. First of all, the delegation, 7 representatives from different areas, the University of Lowell, the Middlesex College, former Mayor Samaras, the Senator, Mr. Kennedy, the Mayor of Lowell, and myself. Now, this puzzle came together because many people, they helped. You helped in your way. The Greek American community of New England helped. Without Dimitri Mattheos, where is Dimitri? Right here. Without Dimitri Mattheos, this probably could not have happened. Okay, and in Greece, he helped me out with a delegation. In Kalamata, also, we went to some ancient sites, to the Greek Parliament, and we had a meeting with the American ambassador to Greece that was scheduled for 15 minutes, lasted almost 3 hours. So, and he promised me that he's going to come to Lowell very soon. Okay. A few years ago, back then, Mayor Samaras and Dimitri Mattheos, a member of the Federation, came up to me and said, we want to have Lowell sister cities with one city in Greece. We thought about Kalamata. And I said at that time, what type of sister cities you want to do? To sign some documents, to take some pictures? Before they answered, I said, I'm not interested. I like something more concrete. I want the business community to be involved. I want the universities to be involved, the two cities to be involved, and also the public. They agreed. So we went back to the board of directors of the Federation. It passed unanimous. And after 3.5 years working tireless, finally it happened. I want to apologize to many people that they couldn't make it to Kalamata. First of all, every single one of the city council of the city of Lowell wanted to come to Kalamata. It was impossible. Because the agreement in the beginning was 6 people they're going to come, 6 people they're going to go to Kalamata. So we obey that agreement. However, the doors are open. Next spring, next summer, everybody can go. And we're going to try to make it easy for people to go. There are a lot of work to be done. The business people, they have to be involved. The public has to be involved. The two cities, they have to be involved. We're talking about many different programs. Exchange students. Last week, the Federation passed unanimously a program to sponsor scholarships. And a few business people, they stepped up and they said, we are in it. This is something that many other cities from other countries might want to become sister cities with our own city of Lowell. If they need our help, we will be there to help them out. I think when you become involved with many different areas of the world, we have a better understanding and a better community. I want to thank, at the bottom of my heart, first of all, the delegation, the official delegation, and the people they follow. I want to thank the Consul General for being here tonight, our Senator Kennedy, and also past Senator Mr. Panagiotakos, because he took the delegation from here, from the City Hall, and we went to see the great work that has been done here with all the buildings in Lowell. Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much. But if there were not a business community, probably this could not ever happen. You know, and I would like to thank personally the Dimulas market, and personally Arthur Dimulas and Mr. Papas. Thank you very much for all your help. And many businesses, including Sophia's, that all the goodies that we have here on the table tonight, they come from her. And this is, she says to me, I'm from Kalamata, and I like what you guys are doing. So, again, thank you. And this is not the end. This is the beginning of something good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. I think Mr. Kafkas took the easy way out. I was trying to pronounce your name in full, Mr. Papanikopoulos. I should have been smart and said Mr. Papas. Absolutely. Who is reading a statement from the mayor? I'd like to welcome one of the delegation members. He's going to read a statement from the mayor of Kalamata. Normally he would join us on Zoom, but it's at midnight. And Greece right now, correct? A little bit past midnight, maybe, even? 1 a.m., so I don't blame him. Mr. Dimitri?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Mayor. It is my pleasure to be here and read a statement from your colleague in Kalamata. Dear Mayor, my friend Sokari, Mr. Kennedy, our Senator, President of the New England Business Federation, Mr. Bill Kafkas, members of the Lowell Council, members of the Federation of Greek Businessmen, members of clubs and organizations, distinguished guests. It is an honor and a pleasure for me to communicate with you again, even by that way, because of the time difference. After the successful completion of the twinning of Kalamata and Lowell, this is the first official contact we have had. Your mission visited our city, Kalamata, and will inform you for everything that happened during their stay. I am sure a new cycle of work will begin between us so that we can gradually achieve our common goals. We would like to reschedule a meeting that we can participate live as well with the committee that will form from now on further handle our cooperation procedures so that we can set a new framework of actions to move. I hope we will soon have positive news from the Federation about the first goal we have set, our cooperation with the university community through scholarships, which we already started. Of course, we are already working with entrepreneurs from Lowell on very interesting new projects for our city that will connect us more. We are always at your disposal. I welcome your meeting today, and I look forward to hearing from you so that we can move forward even more creatively. Thank you for the excellent cooperation we have had so far. I am sure that our relation will gradually create new fields of action. Best regards, Athanasios Vasilopoulos, Mayor of Kalamata. And I like also to add that if it wasn't for our mayor and the mayor of Kalamata, this would have been where we are now. And as I said from the beginning, Mr. Mayor, it started small, but it's getting to be a big issue, a big event for the greatest city of Lowell. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that kind word. So in ancient Olympia, right, where they have the old marathon track, and Dmitry was it called? Olympia was the Olympia track when the Olympics was still held like thousands of years ago, right? And Dmitry was the only member of the delegation was able to race the track. He beat the local. You know, yeah, he's the only person to race with the local at that ancient track. So, thank you for doing that. I'd like to welcome also Councillor Wayne Jeunesse just joined us. Welcome. I'd now like to welcome Senator Ed Kennedy, who is now chair of tourism at the State House, correct?
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me to be a part of this delegation. The 7-member delegation, we had a very heavy schedule every single day, and there's no way that we would have completed the schedule without Bill Kapkas. Because I don't know, but at the end of it, we should have just got him a whistle because he was there every morning shooing people on the bus and getting them off the bus and, you know, hurry up with your lunch. We got to get going to the next place, and that's the way it was. But I think this trip in general, a lot of the credit for this trip belongs with the Federation. Many of us who have been in city government for a long time know that there's probably 10 or 12 other cities around the world, some in Africa, some in Europe, and even in Asia that have sister city relationships with the city of Lowell. But I think that the Federation is interested in making sure that this one is a little bit different. A lot of times it's really just sort of a little PR piece that maybe lasts a day or two, but I think that the Federation and the members that went, that were part of the delegation, and also the city of Kalamata and the people that are there, are all interested in making this last and be an enduring relationship that will go on for many years. And I was really excited to see that on tonight's agenda, the mayor has a motion to create a standing subcommittee of the city council that would just deal with sister cities around the world. And I think if Kalamata does the same thing, and if other cities do as well, that will do a lot to keep keeping the relationship going and keeping the relationship developing over the years. Because as all of us know, those of us who serve in government do so for just a short amount of time generally. And so there'll be new mayors and new city councilors, and the same thing will happen in Kalamata. So having a standing subcommittee that deals with that, I think is a great idea by the mayor, and I'm hoping that the city council votes for it unanimously this evening, later on this evening. And with that, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Senator. I could say the motion speaks for itself now. Save some time. I'd also like to welcome Councilor John Leahy here as well. Come join us. Now, as a President Mayor, I get a lot of credit for having this trip to go to Kalamata, but in reality, I think the credit should go to former Mayor Bill Samaras, whose idea started with the other Bill, and Bill for selecting Kalamata and happened to be a great selection. It shows a lot of similarity to our city. So I'd like to welcome former Mayor Bill Samaras to the podium.
Thank you, Mayor Chow. I even got some notes, but there is so much. Let's put it this way. Several years ago, as mayor, the Greek mayor of the city, what could I do for my own? I think about 35 years since I was a mayor of Greek Heritage as mayor in the city of Lowell. So I was pleased, and we talked about some of the things that we could do, and we came up with making a sister city. But as Bill said, when him and Demetrius came on board, it was not just to go and sign a memorandum of understanding, but what can we do? What difference can it be? And I think after you'll see as we go on, we've developed a real model. Now the thing is, what was I looking for as mayor? I mean, I'd been there. My parents had come from that area. So the thing is, it was important. Kalamata was important to me for my own roots. But the thing is, as former headmaster of Lowell High School, a school that had over 70 different languages spoken in the school, a school that was very diverse. Okay, what were we doing for my students? So the new students coming new to the land, I would go to them, what do you want? What do you expect from this school? And many would say, well, I'd like to see something in the school that represents who I am. Like what? Flag, a picture, maybe some food from the cafeteria. But the thing is, because their parents came here looking for opportunity, they wanted an education. And they talked more, and the thing is, we said, okay. And also a concern that they had is they did not want to lose their roots. They did not want to lose contact with their families. So now I went to students who were third, fourth, fifth generation Americans, people who really their grandfathers might have died. They didn't have anybody that gave them a connection to where they came from originally. And I asked them, I mean, how do you feel about this? And how do you feel about if we created like a sister city or something? What would you want to see? And many would say, Mr. Samaras, I lost the use of my language, the language of my parents. I can't speak it. I'm bothered by that. Others looked at it and said, I don't know my roots. I really can't define who I am. So the thing is, I realized that as mayor, I had the opportunity to work with people, and what I'm so pleased about, we've gone a long distance to bringing a lot of these ideas together. This Councilor Mr. Noon just walked in, but what we want to do, what I wanted to see was that my students would have an opportunity to learn, and my students would have an opportunity to be accepted. And we feel that this model that's been developed, they've talked about its economic value, they've talked about it, value for tourism. It has so many values. We want this to be a model for other cities. We would like to see, there have been cities in the past, but they've been signing of memorandums. We'd now like to see a city in Africa, a city in South America, a city in Asia, I mean, other cities in Europe. Why? Because we want to be able to say to our children, and the families. You're welcome in Lowell. Lowell is a gateway city. It's a diverse city, but we know diversity is our strength. And this project, as simple as it might seem, is a way of assuring that these things will happen. And when other communities look at us, look at what we're doing, and look at how the communities come together, the Greek communities come together to really support this. We're already talking about scholarships. It's just so many directions it can go in. I'm so proud to be part of this. And the one thing I have to do, though, is I really have to thank Mayor Sakawi Chow, because usually when you're in a position, you leave that position, the new broom comes in and it sweeps out the old and starts with the new. But the thing is, Mayor Chow showed respect to what we were trying to do, and there's nothing better than that. And he really asserted himself to make sure this happened. And I have to say, when we were in Greece, he represented the community of Lowell so well. So thank you, Sakawi, for making this work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I would have to tell you, to be honest, I miss Joyce. Yeah. Joyce and you, Joyce, was moving much faster than me from meetings to meetings. Now here comes my favorite part of the speaker engagement, when we have a very interested, a very vested community partnership, in this case from Middlesex Community College. We have Judy Hogan here that went on trip with us. But better yet, today she's able to bring the president over here to join us as well. I won't put you on the spot, Mr. President, but hopefully the educational exchange will happen with the support of Middlesex Community College. I'd like to welcome Judy Hogan.
So I'll be speaking before the council tonight, so I'll make my remarks here brief. I also would like to thank the Hellenic Federation for this amazing partnership, for the funding, for the support, for the man-hours, and as everyone mentioned, Bill Kafkas and Dimitrios Matheos for their unwavering attention to every detail, every meeting, every bit of the planning. Mayor Chow, you are an amazing representative of the city of Lowell. I was so proud to be in your company, as is Senator Kennedy, who also was a personal friend. But I had the opportunity to sort of see him in action in a professional way, representing both the city of Lowell and the State House. And so thank you for your support in that way. I'd also like to take this opportunity to publicly thank my president, Phil Sisson, who has had an undying, unwavering attention to international opportunities for our students. You see, community college students don't usually have the opportunities to travel or to study abroad. And Phil, through his leadership, has always made that a priority of the college, so that our students have the same educational opportunities that more affluent students have, maybe students at bachelor institutions. So tonight you'll hear a little bit more about that. Also, our meeting with the ambassador, whose pictures you're seeing now, really shed a lot of light on a variety of opportunities, in addition, of course, to the educational pathways that we worked with when we were at the University of Peloponnesus. The ambassador also mentioned internships for our students in culinary arts, in hospitality management, in business, and in media, and in theater. He also mentioned the Birthright, the Greek Birthright Initiative, which allows Greek students of Greek heritage who are born here in the United States to study in Greece. So we'll be interested in moving forward on that initiative also as we identify those students in our populations. So once again, thank you for this amazing opportunity.
Thank you, Judy. And again, I don't want to put DJ on the spot, but he's here to represent UMass Lowell and the chancellors.
The university. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to the delegation for all of the excellent work that you folks are doing in bringing our two communities together. I also want to echo the comments about the President Sisson. Thank you for your leadership in Middlesex. It's commitment to international, but also commitment to the community that we're excited to see. Thank you.
Excellent. Wonderful. As you can see, this sister city has many representatives and stakeholders to make it successful. Now it's my honor to welcome the Consul General from Greece to come here to Lowell to visit Lowell City Hall, and also to support the relationship that we are having with Kalamata and with Greece as a whole. Consul General, please.
Mayor, President Kafkas, Senator Kennedy, and all the other members of the delegation. First of all, I have to tell you a few words about Lowell and the importance that it has for Greece. You see, the story of the Greeks in the United States is very well linked with Lowell. If you were a Greek, coming to the US, you had very good chances of walking those roads down here. It's a very difficult story for many. They struggle, they succeed. So we should always remember that, honoring them, because now we don't have that many Greeks as we had in the past here in Lowell. Which, by the way, I first heard when I was reading Kerouac. It's a gateway city, a symbol of the Greek-American story. So this is a new bridge that we are building now, and we're very happy about it. Lowell represents this Greek adventure in the new world. We should always remember that there is always other communities, but this is the same story of trying to move forward. So, and you have to excuse me if I'm more emotional, but I can always just thinking that the first Greek consulate in New England was in Lowell. And all those people that basically struggle and succeed and put their mark in this land. Now, this is the past, and now we have the future. And the future is this kind of initiatives that we all, as I can clearly see tonight, support. And this should have flesh and blood. It's just symbolic, which is great, of course, to have a symbolism behind that, but you need also all those other important aspects of it. For example, education. You mentioned that. And I totally agree, community college should offer international opportunities. And so many other aspects. You have tourism. You have technology and business. As far as I know, it's still thriving here in Lowell. So there are so many perspectives, and I just want to tell you that the Greek consulate here in Boston will always be next to you in order to achieve the best results. Thank you again. Thank you for the initiative. I have to also applaud the Federation for its hard work. Mr. Matthews also. So let's see what the future holds for this cooperation. This is a great initiative. Thank you again. Good night.
I just see Councillor Paul Ratayeb is joining us as well. We do have snack and drinks on that table, and I just want to thank everyone for being here tonight. This is just a preview of the many work that we are going to do. The activities, the success of the sister city with Kalamata is going to be a model for other sister cities with other countries around the world. And it's very, very important to have relationship with other cities and towns from different parts of the world because, as you know, the groups, the members, the residents of the city of Lowell are made up by people who came from other countries. And we came to Lowell to make it our home, but also our ancestors' homes are very important and dear to us. We should always have that in our hearts, in our spirits. So Sister City is not just good for politics, business, culture, and education. It's also good for our soul. It's really a way for us to connect to our ancestors. Thank you all for coming here today. Please enjoy yourself. We will have the regular council meeting at 6:30. I hope you all can stay to watch the exciting meeting as well. Thank you, everyone.